Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Dr. English and welcome back to another basic English grammar video. In our everyday conversation, we couldn't help but make some requests. Sometimes we ask favor or requests from a friend or from a colleague, a coworker, or sometimes from any member of our family. And there were times when we would also need to ask or make requests from our superiors. Now, how do we make requests? And what words or phrases do we use to sound casual, less formal, or formal? In this video, I'm gonna show you different ways on how to make requests in order to be more casual or formal or less formal. So let's get started. All right, let me answer the previous questions. What do we use when making requests? Well, actually, there are three groups of words that we may use in making requests. The first group are called modals, or we also call them as modal verbs. Now, some of the modal verbs are used in making requests, like can, could, and would. When you use them in sentence, they are accompanied by the main verb. For example, can I borrow your phone? So we have the modal verb can and the main verb borrow. The second group of words are gerunds. Now, gerunds actually look like verbs, but they are nouns. And they are formed by adding ing to the verb. For example, we have the verb let. So let is a verb. But when you add ing, then it becomes a gerund. And we use it as a subject or object of the sentence. Another example, we have lend, the verb lend. We add ing and it becomes a gerund. So, lending. The third group of words are the if clause. Now, if clause is formed by adding group of words or phrase to the word if. For example, if I could, if I borrowed, if you would. So these are the three groups of words that we may use in making requests. Now let's have more examples of requests and let's see how they are used in a casual way or formal or less formal. Okay, let's look at the examples of requests with modals, if clause, and gerunds. Now let's start with the less formal, going to the formal requests. And please take note that you have to consider the degree of formality depending on the relationship between the requester or the one requesting and the person whom the request is given. So, for example, if you are making a request to a friend, then you might sound, of course, casual or less formal. While if you are making a request to your supervisor or manager, then you might need to sound formal. Okay, let's begin with the first example. Can I borrow your car? So in this example, we have the modal can, and it's less formal, of course. It sounds less formal. Can I borrow your car? You may say this to your friend or brother, or maybe your wife or husband, or anybody whom you have a very close or casual relationship. Now, second example, could you lend me your business proposal? So again, it sounds less formal. You might be talking to your colleague or coworker. The next example, is it okay if I use your car? So here again, it sounds less formal. The next example, do you mind if I stay at your place for a couple of days? So, do you mind if I stay? Here you have the if clause, if I stay. And again, it sounds less formal. Would you mind or would it be okay if I submit the report next week? So, would it be okay if I submit? You might be talking to your team leader or your line manager. So, it sounds a little formal. Next, would you mind if I borrowed your camera? So, now we are beginning to be a little formal. Next, would you mind if I borrowed your camera? Again, it sounds formal. The next example, would you mind letting me use your laptop? Now here we have the gerund letting. Would you mind letting me use your laptop? And it sounds formal. The next example, I wonder if I could borrow some money. So that it sounds formal. And the last sentence, I was wondering if you would mind lending me your sports car. Now here we have another gerund. So lending is a gerund. And the sentence or the request sounds formal. I was wondering if you would mind lending me your sports car. All right, let's have more examples of less formal requests and see how we change them into formal requests. Okay, first example, lend me some money for a hamburger. So that's a less formal request. Now, let's change it into a formal request. Would you mind lending me some money for a hamburger? So here we use, would you mind lending? Now, we use the gerund, lending. Okay, let's move on to the second example. Take care of my cat while I'm on vacation. So that's the request. Now, let's make it formal. I hope you don't mind taking care of my cat while I'm on vacation. So if you notice, you have the gerund taking. You have taking care. I hope you don't mind taking care of my cat while I'm on vacation. Now, the last example, can I borrow the chemistry book for a night? Let's make it a formal request. I wonder if I could borrow the chemistry book for a night. Okay, so that's it, guys. Thank you for watching. I hope you learned something from our video today. And don't forget to hit the like and bell button and subscribe to my channel so you'll get notified whenever I post a new video. God bless everyone and bye for now.